Hi everyone, LazyFire here. Welcome back to Black Ops 3. Today we're in Egypt again. Let's go talk to Kane.
There's something I have to tell you.
Where's Hendrix?
He's asleep. I'm running him through some DNA diagnostics. Can I trust you?
Can I trust you?
How about I tell you the truth? When Taylor's team uncovered the Black Project, they threatened to go public. The CIA couldn't take the risk. They were called back to be silenced.
Taylor's still speaking to us, even though we're off the grid. How can that be?
I think his DNI has become corrupted. That's why we couldn't track his team's location.
But we can track the doctor.
Alright, so we have our briefing for the mission, so to speak. We're going to go try to find the doctor who should be with Taylor. So let's really quickly talk about our new builds here. There's only a couple of them actually. Commissar Mega has a change to his build. He's got the Argus in here instead of the pump action shotgun that we had before, but besides that the build really hasn't changed all that much. Mr. Highway jumped in with a Razorback build that's only had a laser sight on it, but we have the War Machine here, which is a new secondary grenade launcher thing. And Kane Blue River also had an Argus build with a War Machine secondary. I considered just asking if we could combine these two, because if you look at them, they're just about identical, but there's enough of a difference with the Annihilator and everything that, you know what, we're going to go with it. But we won't be starting out with either of those because for the moment the Argus isn't great. We're actually going to start off with the Razorback build that was suggested by Mr. Highway. And that's mostly because we haven't really seen a lot of SMGs. So let's get going here.
Hendrix. His diagnostics are showing some irregularities. It could be a minor calibration issue, but I don't want to ignore it. Especially in light of his recent outbursts. You know what I'm talking about. That's why you didn't tell him about the tracker he slipped Salim.
We're about to launch an assault alongside the Egyptian army. How do we make sure his head stays straight?
I can adjust his meds remotely, which should help level him out. But we can't let him compromise our chance to grab Taylor.
It won't come to that, Kane. I'll make sure of it.
Egyptian allies are in position. They have the building surrounded, waiting for our go.
Shit! Kane, we just lost the doctor's vitals.
What the hell does that mean?
It means he's dead, or about to be dead.
Khalil, have your men hold position. Coming in for landing. We'll sweep the embassy. Await our all clear.
Hold on! Manticore operating with a human pilot.
Looks like Sarah Hall in the cockpit.
As far as crashes go in Call of Duty games, that was pretty mild.
Negative.
Then the only way to Taylor is through Hall. We can't afford to lose him again.
So yeah, you may have heard it there, but we've got to take out Hall here if we want any chance of finding Taylor. Oh, I am fucked. Now, I actually kept on the Chaos Core that I'd used in the previous mission. You can't actually use the Ignite on Hall here.
Hall's on the move. Explosive spikes incoming! Look out! Eyes up! Hall's taking higher ground.
Don't want to get near those spikes either. Not if we can help it. So this fight is not actually that difficult, but you do have to be pretty careful. Your allies do actually do a decent amount of damage to him. Or her, I should say.
You gotta get through her to get to Taylor. Focus fire.
I need to get over here, thanks. That was bad. That could have been real ugly. So... Ooh, I hit that. So you just gotta push as many rockets into her here as you can. And once you do that, she'll just go down pretty easily. This is only really a bad fight if you get caught out in the open trying to get ammo or anything like that, but for the most part, it's spread out well enough that... Yeah, running away now. It's spread out well enough that you can kind of just back away, pick up ammo, run back into the fight. It's not really a difficult battle as far as these go. And we're done already.
Hurry, you have to interface before we lose her.
Let's just resupply one more time.
Full extract, recordings, intel, memories, everything. Something's got to give us a lead on Taylor.
That means we got to DNI this shit. Let's go.
Please don't.
So this is what we do now? Kill our own because they blew open a conspiracy in our own backyard.
You don't know what this'll do.
I know. And I'm sorry.
Welcome to the creepy part of Call of Duty.
Kane! Hendricks!
Listen, Kruger. I don't think you quite appreciate or even understand what I'm telling you.
What is that? Is that a baby? Hello? Is anyone there?
I just don't think how your perspective should influence my decisions regarding your project's future. Of course, this program has been an unmitigated success. You should take pride in that. Please listen to what I'm saying. The exchange of information is a two-way street. If you remove humans from the diagnostic loop, there is no way to predict or control or influence. We're standing on the verge of time.
Paul?
What did you do to me?
I tried to interface with your DNI. Something went wrong. Can you hear me?
Zurich is where the corpse program fulfilled its true potential.
This can't be. Kane, can you hear me? Are you seeing this? Say something. Please. It's the Black Project. The date. It's right before the whole place blew up. Right before 300,000 people died.
This is where I was born. A brief moment of agony. Then darkness.
Who is that voice? It all started here. The gas. Their experiments let a chemical agent escape into the atmosphere. Sarah? That voice, do you recognize it?
I remember, but it's almost like it's a dream. Like it was happening to someone else.
Tell me everything you remember.
The CIA sent us in to investigate an alarm triggered underneath the old coalescence facility. We figured the Immortals had been tipped off.
Check the room.
Clear.
Fucking human test subjects.
Great. This is in breach of every WA ethics mandate in the book. That's all I fucking need. Hall, call it in. Let's go immortal hunting.
We all knew that we had just stumbled onto a CIA black program that had been buried. That in all probability had led directly to the Singapore disaster. We called it in, and we were ordered back to the Black Station for debriefing.
All right, you know the routine. Secure the area. I'm gonna pull all sensitive information from the servers. Go.
Taylor, you okay?
Yeah. Getting some glitches in my optics.
Okay, let me help you recalibrate.
Kara! Can you hear me?
I know what this is. This is Bastogne. I studied it at the Academy. I cited it in my final paper as one of the greatest examples of courage and bravery in military history. One of those battles that show you what you're really made of, who you really are. I used to dream about it. Follow me. I'll show you.
Congratulations, Private. You drew the shortest straw of all. Welcome to Bastogne. Now get your ass to the front line.
How is this possible? We're on the battlefield of World War II.
Alright, so we are in World War
It has to be an illusion. It has to be.
So, some of your cores don't really work real well here because, let's face it, a lot of them are based around cybernetics, and as much as we like to talk about the Germans having all this technology in World War II and such, they didn't have cybernetics. You can still use things like wide area misdirect and draw some fire away from you. And honestly, these guys are pretty easy to take down with the Razorback, so this is a pretty simple area. The issue is that they start to get back up eventually. And just listen to the music, by the way. That right there can be pretty damning. When they get back up like that, that can be pretty ugly for you because, well, frankly, they can end up behind you and just kill you there. So here's the War Machine, used against humans. It's, of course, a one-hit kill. And you can tilt it up a little bit and get some damage out of it, but I always find it kind of difficult to guess the range on that. Now, if you hit somebody dead on, it's a direct impact kill. It just blows up automatically. If you bounce it on the ground, it just waits until it hits the fuse or hits a person. This guy is too stupid to kill. Let's toss a nade out, huh? We're gonna use thermite in a little while. And the Razorback is not at all a bad weapon, I gotta say. It's pretty fun in the single player. Multiplayer, I'm not a huge fan of it. I find that I need a lot more ammo for something that shoots... I mean, it doesn't shoot as fast as, say, VPM or VMP or whatever the fuck, but the game is not great about giving you just enough ammo to kill people sometimes with how the netcode works. So I kind of shy away from it for the most part. Well, that came back to life and crushed that guy. Nah, no good. You can see that the splash damage on this isn't that great. I mean, look at that. There wasn't a lot of space there. Alright, let's switch up. Goes back again. I'm not too worried about that. The War Machine as it stands is a pretty solid choice. And here's why I went this way. Yeah, I knew about that pickup. I usually go left here, actually, to be honest with you. So it's impressive that I caught that one. Alright. Actually, while we're here, we may as well show off. You can do certain things, the mass overload and such. Anything that requires the guy to, the cybernetics to lock up, I believe won't work, though. Alright, fuck. Let's pick up more ammo, just for the fun of it.
Why are we here, Sarah?
Don't you know? So much suffering, so much pain. It wasn't just the enemy soldiers.
Ah, thermite kills. That's always fun. Well, of course, if he died, that would have been a lot better. Yep, that still works pretty fine. Let's just take these guys out, shall we? Killing those... I think those guys are technically dead by the time you do that. Man, I think maybe my entire concept of what is possible in this level is completely warped, and maybe you can use all your cybernetic stuff on it. Like I said before, I usually ended up using just the Chaos Core throughout almost the entirety of the campaign. So, I don't know if I'm right all the time on this stuff. I am enjoying the fuck out of the War Machine, I'll tell you that. That is one of the dick moves this level pulls, and it will start spawning guys right behind you that you just had no way of knowing would be there. But, got through it. This is actually the basis for the multiplayer map Infection that we've seen a couple times.
Hell was that?
The dire wolves. At first they scavenged upon the wounded, the weak. Later they went after the strong.
Yeah, dire wolves. Fuck it. Fuck it. That was actually very nearly me bouncing off this fucking map. I don't know why I keep trying to get direct impact kills when every time it bounces, it generates a few more points. Which is one of the main reasons to end up using it in multiplayer, actually, is to basically forever be able to kill a bunch of shit right in front of you. It's one of the ultimates for one of the characters I don't really use, because I basically unlocked the Annihilator and was like, okay, I'm done. Oh, no, no, no. Fuck it. I do want to melee a wolf. You can't hit him with that. Let's see. There you go. I meleeed a wolf.
Listen only to the sound of my voice. Let your mind relax. Imagine yourself in a frozen forest.
Sarah, who was that voice? Have you heard it before?
You forced a DNI interface knowing that it would scramble my mind.
You were dying, Sarah. I had no choice.
Dying!
We needed to know the truth. You have to focus. Try to remember. What happened at that black station?
Ah, well. sure. So yes, this is the the level that the map Infection is based off of, and it is one of the more unique maps or levels in Call of Duty. If I have to say, you know, anything's unique, but it does remind me, and probably if you've played the games, Far Cry 3 especially had a lot of segments that were kind of trippy and weird like this. And coming a few years after Far Cry 3, it just feels kind of it's new and unique for Call of Duty, but it's very derivative of the Far Cry stuff, and you'll see more of it as we go through this next segment here. Blank room. Let's go in.